Hi, welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Taylor. Taylor, say hello.
Hello, everybody. Take two.
hmm Max, say hello.
Hello.
And so we're here to talk about the NFL. Sorry for not posting last week. We kind of had some difficulties with the recording for some reason.
My,
It just ended up really bad, and it also cut us short. So we just figured we won't post it, but we'll go ahead and tell y'all our updates for our picks and all of that, our records, and who's been hot, who has not been. So I will pass it to Taylor. Taylor, do you have our records?
I do this time.
All right.
Second take. So, as Alex mentioned, last week me and Max tried to record something. It didn't go great. We might post the audio one day because I will say it was kind of funny. We were both very drunk when we posted it. Well, I was very drunk. Max probably wasn't. But we did maybe get a sponsorship from Twisted Teas and the United States government.
I think China actually contacted the
Well,
sponsor.
they told me they were going to snipe me or something like that. I don't know if that's a sponsorship or so. In correlation, me and Max only got to talk about 11 games. Alex gave me all of his picks before because he couldn't be on because he was too tired. But in reality, we're just going to go with the 11 picks to our total, to our overall. So through the 11 games that we all picked together, me and Max both went 5-6, mediocre weeks. Couple of upsets that you really couldn't pick. We probably get into a couple of them, like Ravens, stuff like that. And Alex went 4-7. So, like I said, everybody kind of was very similar, which brings our total records to Max is 20-19. He's winning money. If you took Max, you would not be losing. It's 20-9. Yes, and that's Max off of a bad week. He actually had a better record coming in that. He went 5-6. I'm 22-17 in second place in NFL. Cannot say that about college. And Alex is in first at 23-16, despite his bad week. And yeah, man, Alex, that's the picks.
Let me just say, still
Close,
first,
close,
still first place after going 4-7. You know why? It's
because we went
because
5-6.
well, in the last week I went 12-2 in my picks, and also the last NFL podcast that we uploaded, I gave y'all a Prize Picks parlay, and I just want to tell y'all it hit. And this past week I had a parlay for the NFL, and it also hit. So I have one at the end for y'all lined up to tell you. It'll be a
How
good
much you
one,
hit
but
for?
what'd you say?
How much you hit for?
I hit for $620 for this week. All anytime touchdown parlays, and let me tell you, I have one of those at the end. It should be good, but we'll go ahead and get into it, and we'll talk
Can I
about.
point out something
Hmm?
real quick about picks one more time? We all just had the week before that we didn't get to post where we were all three of us were well over 500 the previous week. Alex went 12-3. I think Max, like I said, was 9-6. I was 10-5. Like it was a good week. So we did have a bad week, but we've been pretty consistent on the NFLs. So I would stick with us with that. Our college picks, they vary, but our NFL picks now.
I
Um,
want to college.
I don't know. We
a
keep it
lot
to
less.
college more is the
It's
thing.
just a lot less predictable. I mean, we could do a whole
Anything
podcast on that.
between us? Do you have those overalls too?
The colleges?
Yeah.
We said them last podcast.
I'd said them last podcast, but I
Oh,
believe
okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's out. By
I
the
mean,
way,
it's been a whole week since then. Another weekend, so
yeah. Um, all right, we'll
That
go
would have
ahead.
been
we're all around 500 in
Yeah.
college. We're all around 500, like 17, 14, 16, 15, 15, 16.
gotcha.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get into our NFL recap of last week. So, one of the first things I want to talk about is the Commanders' Hail Mary versus the Bears. And let me
Tyreek
just
Stevenson,
say,
you stupid son of a bitch.
yes, imagine looking into the crowd while the play is going on, turning around, reeling is halfway through the play, going over
Seven
there,
fans.
Did you see
going,
what he's? Go ahead. Sorry,
I'll
buddy.
say, going over there and then tipping the pass to the player. I saw
Did you?
he issued an apology
But
to
did you see what
everybody.
his apology was bullshit? He said, I wasn't taunting. I was cheering with Bears fans. Bro, you were like flipping them off. Like, what? This is how I cheer. This is how I cheer. Fuck you. Like, no. And then he went, oh shit. And he went and tipped the ball. And when I tried to knock it down. No, you didn't. You tried to pick it. That's why you tipped it.
So stupid. So stupid.
That was big for. We didn't have that game covered. We did, but me and Max didn't pick it. But I think the line was 2.5. So that was like a change. Wow. I mean,
Mhm.
I lost my
Get to
DraftKings
my record.
pick six because of that. By the way, everybody, shout out DraftKings pick six. It's like a miniature fantasy football. I'm sure if you get to pick six players, you can do like a quarter draft, and they do your totals. It's kind of like Prize Picks, similar things, but like you can do like a fantasy draft, and then you get to pick like it gives you an option for each player, and it was in the money spot, and then some motherfucker had Jayden Daniels and the dude that caught the touchdown pass. I can't remember his name.
All I know is
Pass.
shout out to DeAndre Swift. He was a part of that magical parlay the other day, and he went for a 70-yard touchdown run to put
He
it in the bag for me.
he won my third quarter pick six lineup, so shout out to him. I didn't win my fourth quarter though.
I will say Caleb Williams had a tough game, and this is weird because I thought he would have a good one because typically the Commanders' defense has not been good this entire year, but they were getting a lot of pressure on him, so it was kind of a tough spot. And I mean, he did eventually put his team in a spot to win at the end, but I mean, we all saw what happened with the Hail Mary. I will say Commanders, they look great. Them and the Eagles, I think, will have a pretty. I mean, they're
Have they
gonna
played
fight it
yet?
out.
Have they
No, they.
played yet at all? So they have two matches left. I wanted to ask Max something because Max kind of like big quarterback guy. I was gonna. You're talking about Caleb Williams. I think he looks good. Do you think he looks good? Like all things considered, like I know he's got a shitty offensive line.
Since the start of the season, and that's a good sign. I mean, what last week, the week before that, he went crazy.
The Colts game, they
Yeah,
lost. He threw for 350 yards.
yeah. So I mean, when you show flashes like that, I think you got it. I think he. I mean, which he's not one overall pick. That's kind of expected to at least show flashes of being that guy, in which he's done that. So he's looked good to me. You know,
This
I'm not gonna sit here and act like the Bears are the best team in the league. They're not. He's not that good yet. But
This whole rookie class of quarterbacks have actually all been pretty decent. I will say, Jayden
Yeah, what'd
Daniels,
y'all think of Bo
Bo
Nix
Nix,
versus Bryce Young?
they're
Bryce
5-3.
Bryce Young is bad. He is
I
bad.
mean, I'm not. I wouldn't even say. I don't. I wouldn't even say that.
The
I would
Panthers
say
are bad.
the. I would say this: the Broncos drafted the right guy for what they're going to try to do. Bo Nix he doesn't do it pretty. I watched him do it at Auburn. He needs a good defense because sometimes he's not as consistent. He's like not he's never going to be Patrick Mahomes
I will say
consistently, but like if you give him a decent defense so he can have some mistakes and have some bad games, he does know how to win. He really does know how to win.
that's what I was gonna say. He's one of those quarterbacks. He'll lose you a game, or he can even win you a game. He's got that type of thing to him. Because we've all seen him how he plays. He's gonna run around in the pocket. He's gonna dance. He's gonna figure out how to keep the play alive and refuse to throw it away. He's gonna try to do something with the ball, and that's either really good or it's really bad. It depends on who you're playing against. But
Yeah, he's got to have a good defense. But like, so shout out to when they Elway drafted him, they're like, we're gonna supply him a good defense, so he can have like a Jets game that they want. Because like they won a game against the Jets this year. Where you go, they won. Bo Nix did not win that game. If anything, he almost lost him the game. But it's just like I respect, and I'm biased, but I respect. He's not afraid to go lose his team the game. I know that sounds bad, but yeah,
I'll say go back to the Commanders game. Jay Daniels, clear offensive, clear rookie of the year.
NFL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's gonna
NFL
be that
Rookie of the
guy.
Year. I
Um,
always thought he was the best quarterback in the draft.
I agreed. I thought he was really good. I didn't really see all the Caleb Williams stuff, but
It wasn't that I didn't see the Caleb Williams stuff. It was just that I saw Jayden Daniels against tougher competition. Like I watched him play against Alabama last
Yeah.
year when he did not like that. Actually, the LSU. We're not in our college pod, but believe it or not, even though they lost, the LSU Alabama game last year in Bryant Denny sold me on Jayden Daniels.
he
It
got
sold me
hurt.
100%. He did, but he stayed in the pocket, and it sold me on Jayden Daniels.
I was
Like,
gonna say we got lucky that he got hurt because he was cooking us for a little bit there.
and he was at a talent deficit. Like in the sense of maybe not his offense, but he didn't have a defense worth a damn at LSU. So
Let's go ahead. I like that. That was a good little discussion right there. Obviously, with all the rookie QBs, also Drake May, even at New England's actually.
oh my God,
looking,
Aaron Judge. Oh, I thought that was out. Sorry, go ahead.
He's looking good as well for a little bit of time he played. Kind of talked about Taylor's team, the Colts, and Anthony Big Fat Boy McGee Richardson. He took himself out of the game. He told the coach he was too tired. I can't imagine being paid millions of dollars and then telling, "Hey, I'm too tired. I can't play anymore." First of all, the morale for your team, that is just gonna put you on the shit list for everybody, and it's well deserved. Secondly, you're not even the good quarterback on your team. You don't want to give them an excuse to throw Joe Flacco out there because he is better. He's been playing better, and even when he came in, he looked better. It's just ridiculous. I can't imagine doing that. You would have to drag me off the field if I was getting paid $1 million to play quarterback.
Well, now
Max, comment on this because then I'm going to go in my thing on it. Because
I'm saying that's now he's benched. Now Joe Flacco's a starter. I saw it. Notification from it the other day. I mean, yesterday, I think, or something.
It is not a temporary thing. They've said
no, yeah, Joe Flacco's the guy. I mean, which he's better than him. Like, I mean.
Okay, I have thoughts on this, but go ahead.
I
have thoughts on it, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts first because
my thing is, if you're the guy and you're not playing well, and then you pull yourself out of the game because you're tired, it shows me, hey, this isn't the guy. Let's go with Joe Flacco the rest of the year. Maybe we can somehow make the playoff with Joe Flacco and try and make a little mini run. But Anthony Richardson ain't the guy. So that's what it shows me.
Are you ready?
One last
ready.
thing.
Okay.
He doesn't have the leadership that you want in him. I know he's a young guy, but that is just crazy that you're going to pull yourself out of a game in front of everybody. It just shows a lack of being a mature adult in general.
It's just being tough.
I mean, exactly. You're not gritty. I mean, imagine an offensive lineman. If your quarterback pulls himself out of the game, when you are literally a quarterback position is the most protected player, and you're too tired. It's just crazy. And also, I'm kind of going on it right now. The Colts, go ahead and just play Joe Flacco the rest of the year. Like we talked about last podcast and the college football one, Jalen Milroe will be down there later, and you can get him at a later date. Then you don't have to worry about him not getting picked. So,
but is Jalen Milroe the same thing?
He kind of is.
He's better than him.
Okay,
I think he is better, but go ahead, Taylor.
I have several thoughts on this, and I'll keep them conjoint. And I'm not going to spend 30 minutes on it, but one, the way this was handled by the Colts organization was fucking awful. First of all, Jim Irsay, dumbass, leaked this to Adam Schefter before our coach could tell the fucking team. Now the players are on Anthony Richardson's side on this. I've listened to Josh Downs talk about it. He was not happy. Michael Pittman was not happy. And that says a lot because they have better stats with Joe Flacco. I mean, you could read into that how you want to read into that. But here's the thing about the Colts. The coach and the GM are doing this to save their job because they attach themselves to Anthony Richardson. So they were told if they had a second shitty year that they would be fired. So they're doing this to make the playoffs. Well, then in reality, if you're going to draft, because Shane Steichen, he wanted Anthony Richardson. He knew his job would be tied to him. You knew what you were getting in him. What has happened that you didn't know what you were going to get? Did you see the stat about him? It doesn't mean shit. Y'all are going to look at me and call me bullshitters. Him and Josh Allen through their first 11 games have the same exact fucking stats. They have the same exact fucking stats. I'm frustrated because I understand Joe Flacco is better, but the Colts aren't trying to win the Super Bowl right now. What the fuck does making the playoffs have to do with this? You're supposed to be you're supposed to be getting your franchise quarterback. Let it happen. The Bills could have absolutely had teams that could have made the playoffs year 1, year 2 of Josh Allen that didn't because of Josh Allen. The point is you were trying to develop your quarterback. You can't bench him after you've played him 2 years and called him your starter and then say he's still the guy. We're just going away from him for right now. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? The Colts organization is awful. Everybody, clear house. Irsay's drug ass addict. He's in rehab 24/7. He leaks shit to Adam Schefter before the fucking team knows anything. Same thing they did last year with the offensive coordinator. It's the Colts are stuck in. I understand what I get it. Joe Flacco's a better quarterback. Anthony Richardson is Joe Flacco's not your future. Literally, Josh Downs said today, they asked him, they're like, well, Joe Flacco's 40, so I guess somebody else will have to throw to us in 2 years. That's not what you want your number one wide receiver saying about your quarterback. I could go on this for hours. I'm going to stop. But the Colts organization failed Anthony Richardson as much as Anthony Richardson has failed so far. Way more. Actually, you know what? Way more. Jim Irsay, get the fuck out. Sell the fucking team. I'm just tired of it.
You are a drug addict or an ass addict? Because you said drug addict. I wasn't sure which one you were referring to.
Well, Jim Irsay has been in rehab several times.
For drugs or for ass?
Both, I think. But it is true.
Conversion.
It is true that he's like loves to tell Adam Schefter stuff before he tells his team. It's bullshit. Or lets his head coach tell his team. I don't know. I mean, that's what I wanted to ask y'all real quick, and we'll move on. So if you knew you were taking a project, why are you flinching out? And you knew you weren't competing for 2 years. Why are you going? We're 4-4. This is not what we wanted. After in year 2, he played 3 games last year. I mean, like he's a rookie. Like, what did you think was going to happen? He's got the same numbers as Josh Allen through 11 games. Please tell me why you should bench him.
The predicament is that he gets hurt and then Joe Flacco comes in and Joe Flacco looks good.
We don't need to win right now.
I know, but that's the problem. Joe Flacco looks good. Winning feels good for your fan base. They don't have this deep thought that you have.
The division, being in the division that we're in, and Max can knows what I'm talking about, hurts us because we're the second best team in the division, but it is the worst division in football. Like if the Colts were in the NFC North, they'd be 0-16, or they would lose. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it gives them false hopes when they go beat the Titans or they go beat the Jaguars. It gives them false hope that they can compete. It sucks, really. I wish the rest of the division was better right now.
The reason why they benched him is because he pulled himself out of the game because he was
tired.
No,
they've already come out and said that was not why. Because that would be
they're gonna say that, but
that's a 1-week bench, bro. That's not you don't bench you don't say indefinitely on your franchise quarterback for one, but you do not. You cannot tell me that you would if you had who's a younger quarterback that's good, Jayden Daniels, and he loafed like that. And you're like, well, we're going to bench you 1 week, but we're going to come out and say indefinitely.
Comparison because Jayden Daniels played fucking amazing, so that's different.
The Colts would have taken Jayden Daniels if they fucking could have.
Listen.
They got fucked in the draft position. Max, I don't know what else to tell you on that.
That sucks. That's just the way it is.
So you have to take a flyer, lose this year, and then you could go draft another quarterback. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe.
Both of y'all are right.
Or win a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco.
We can't win the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco.
Okay, both of y'all. I agree. Y'all are both right. Y'all both have good arguments. We can't stay on this forever is the problem. Taylor, I like the enthusiasm. Max, thank you for disagreeing with him.
Fuck you, Colts. Start Joe Flacco.
Fuck you, Titans. I wish you would beat us, but you're so bad you can't beat us.
I'm not a Titans fan anymore.
He's going back to the Falcons because they're good again. Because they're good again.
No, I'm going for the next expansion team. Whoever it is, that's who I'm going for.
Sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. We can move on.
You're good. Sorry. You're good. We'll kind of hit this last one really quickly. Is the Ravens lose to the Browns? Taylor's goat Deshaun is not playing anymore.
Somebody needs to give him a hand job. Maybe he'll come back.
They put in the second
preacher.
The preacher.
Jameis
Yes.
Winston. Can somebody tell me real quick on Jameis Winston? Has anybody ever gone from like the most hated to like genuinely like the most like liked? This kid, I like Jameis Winston. I
He's liked
hated him
him,
I hated him in
especially when he
college.
said "fuck her right in the pussy." He got suspended for saying that to like a reporter.
I mean,
They
go
went
ahead.
from one sexual predator to a not so bad sexual predator. I think it's great.
He only
I will
assaults
say,
crabs.
Jameis Winston is hilarious. He is so funny with everything that he does. I heard this one quote from one of his players that's in the huddle with him, and they said he calls the play out like he's asking everyone a question, which is so funny to me. So he played great. He had a really good game, threw for like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, beat the Ravens, who have been looking unstoppable. I don't know how much this is going to correlate or translate to the rest of the year, but I mean, the one thing about the Browns is they always have had a good defense, and they still do. So maybe if he could throw the ball, open up that, and them getting Nick Chubb back as well. I mean, maybe there's something there. David Njoku looked great. They also have Jerry Judy. He's been catching some passes. Tillman looked really good out of nowhere, whoever that guy is.
From
I heard Henry.
Tennessee.
I heard Henry Ruggs is going to be available soon.
I think he's got a couple years until
would
he'll
bet him. I would
I
pick him
heard.
up.
I heard he's speeding through parole.
He's speeding. That's right. But it was really weird to see. Well, not really weird. The Ravens' defense has looked bad a lot this year, so them not being able to stop the Browns' really bad offense. Obviously, this is the first time we saw Jameis play. But yeah, go ahead, Taylor.
This is a question to y'all because I was playing golf during this, so I didn't really get to see the last play. Was that a bust? Like, how was not the last play, but the Browns touchdown? Like, why was that? Why was what's his name so wide open on 4th down and 13 or whatever?
I believe it was a bust in coverage. So
Because it was.
Did you see beforehand the interception that was dropped by?
I saw that. I saw that on a highlight, and I
Yeah.
just saw. But I saw the end of the touchdown, and I didn't really get to look into it. And I was just like, "There's no way that where was the others? Like, I didn't know what defense they were running, so I was confused on that."
I don't know. Max, do you have anything to add about that game?
Dennis Winston. King.
Do you think that does that change y'all's opinions on the Ravens? Like me and Max in our unreleased podcast, I called the Ravens probably the team to beat in the AFC. I does that change any of your opinions?
It's I've already had questions about their defense, and it just put more questions there. I don't think they're unless they can figure out their defense, then they're gonna have to. They don't have to be able to make. They did just get Deontay Johnson for their offense, so their offense will be even better now.
I want to wait 2 weeks if they go
I
2-0.
disagree. They got to beat the Chiefs.
I want to see what they do against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I still think I like Lamar Jack. I can't believe him. I mean, people are gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but I still think I'd rather have this year's Lamar Jackson than this year's Patrick Mahomes.
So far, it's looked that way. I will agree. Lamar's looked
The
amazing.
Chiefs have a better defense.
Yeah, that's the
The
thing.
Chiefs, which is crazy to say,
They have a great defense.
they do, but the Ravens' offense is immensely better than the Chiefs' offense.
Well, didn't the Chiefs already beat them this year, first game of the season?
Yeah, but that's the first game of the season. It was in Kansas City, and they
know.
lost. And they lost because the dude dropped that was out of bounds on the touchdown pass.
True.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I might be dumb. I'm high on the Ravens this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll go into some fantasy football stuff real quick. Anybody to add? I know Stephon Diggs just got hurt. One person I'll say to add, Taylor added them to his team, is Tillman from the Browns. He looked good. I maybe go look at the Texans wide receiver core because Tank Dell.
Would the podcast like to know why I had to add Cedric Tillman to my fantasy team?
Because your other ones are injured.
Yeah, if you had Chris Godwin, that sucks. You had Stephon Diggs, that sucks even more. Yeah, I lost both those wide receivers within 2 weeks.
You're done.
In that league, yes, I am done. In the other league, McCaffrey's coming back soon.
Another ad to look at would be John Mechie for the Texans. He's been getting some reps. Alabama player, pretty good.
One more thing before we go into picks. How do you not cover CD Lamb?
That last drive for the Cowboys and the Niners.
Yeah, the 49ers need Christian McCaffrey to come back. And by the way, fuck you, the 49ers. because I had Jordan Mason on my fantasy teams, and you don't like doing fucking injury reports. So what you do to avoid putting somebody that was really out is you put them in like one drive, so you don't have to put them on the report.
Smart by them.
Anyways, I'm done.
Do y'all have anything for fantasy?
My pick Tank Yell that I had a couple weeks ago, like Alex said, is doing good. Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins. If you could get a trade for him right now, he's going to be the Chiefs' #1 wide receiver. I would try to get that.
I just traded him away in our league.
It's going to be the Chiefs' #1 wide receiver.
So some earlier this year.
I got Josh Jacobs and Deontay Johnson for him, so I don't.
Josh Jacobs is killing it. He was originally on my team. He's killing it. You're fine. I'm ready for picks if y'all are.
Mm-hmm. Max, anybody? Or are you good?
Good.
All right, let's start it off. Thursday night game. Texans versus the Jets. The Jets are favored by 2. Total is 42.5. I guess I'll start it off. Man, I pick the Jets every single week, and it's probably because I like Aaron Rodgers a lot, and I'm just want him to do good. But man, they have been so bad, which doesn't make sense. They have such a good, they're on paper good defense, on paper good offense. One thing I will say, I think their kicker has lost them probably 2 games. He's been horrible. They need to get rid of him and go pick up the Blanco. Is that his name from Georgia? I don't know. The old kicker. He's been posting TikToks. That's been pretty cool. Seeing him recreate the kick.
Rodrigo Blankenship or whatever his name is. He sucked for the Colts. He sucked for the Colts.
Well, the Jets kicker sucks right now, so go get him.
Not like they need anybody to kick the ball.
I mean, maybe, but Texans have had a really good season. They just lost Stephon Diggs, but they did just win their last game against the Colts. CJ Stroud hasn't been playing as good as he did last year, but he's still playing serviceable. Their defense is actually really good. All that said, give me the Jets. I have them covering.
Bro's like a drug addict.
They Texans lost too much on offense. I know their running back has been doing really good as well, but give me the Jets. I like it.
Maxwell?
Give me Texans money line. I still like Texans. I've been on the Jets too. I'm done with the Jets.
I'm gonna take I agree, but I'm gonna take Texas money line with this caveat. So they lost Diggs. So fast forward on their backwards. Nico's not going to be back this week. They think he's going to be back for next week, which will be a Monday night game. So they are down him, and they're still down Diggs now. Man, if you don't have Tank Dell in your league and he's available, take him, because I don't know, they're running low on receivers. But like Alex and Max, even though Alex took him, I don't trust the Jets to score, and I think the Texans will score. Joe Mixon will probably have a good night. Joe Mixon has had a great season in Houston. I'm going to do Texans' money line just like Max. Road game, so I'm not going to do the +2. Mainly because I don't think I need the +2. So Texans money line.
I'll give y'all this little extra to add in there to bet. Devontae Adams touchdown, 2 games in a row. It's kind of been off. I think this will be the game to start setting himself up right. Okay, Max, I'm going to go to you first. Bears versus the Cardinals. Cardinals at home. Arizona's favored -1. The total is 44.5. Who you got?
One second, Chicago. I think they bounce back from that game. I like their defense better than Arizona. Arizona's another team I bet on a bunch this year I'm done with them as well. So give me the Bears.
Are you taking the Kyler Murray over 1.5 touchdowns?
Absolutely not. I've done it 3 times this year.
Hey, real quick, to interrupt the pod. Dodgers are down 5-1, and Freddie Freeman's at the plate with the bases loaded. Tie and run. He's homered in 7 straight World Series games.
Give it to me right now. I have him over 1.5 bases.
Me too, brother. So if you
remember
hear me
when
scream,
agent fucked us from the Braves and told him that the Braves didn't want him?
Yeah, I hope that dude died. Just kidding.
All right, Taylor, Bears versus the Cardinals. Who you got?
This is a tricky line. What Max took the Bears, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is tricky to me. I'm gonna go old school as like when we say the second team is the home team, that's how I put them in. I'm gonna take the home team. I'm gonna take Arizona, but I'm gonna take them -1.
I was gonna say, what? How else are you gonna take them?
Oh, I was looking at the over under, but
Okay.
I don't like touching that with the Bears because I don't ever know if they're gonna play good defense or go into a shootout. You give me Cardinals -1. This is like a weird. Oh, face hit, but not a home run though. Weird game. Give me Cardinals -1. They kick a game-winning field goal or something like that, and they win like
Taylor,
24-23.
here's the problem. You don't have the insights that I have. So Black Ops 6 just released this week, and Kyler Murray is sponsored by Call of Duty, and he has been playing a lot of Black Ops 6. He has not been having his head in the books, in the film. He has not been watching it. Bears are winning. Bears cover. Bears money line or whatever. Cardinals lose because Kyler Murray has a bad game because he has been playing too much Black Ops. And that is just the facts. I'm sorry that
Is this like the old like COVID where Joel Embiid like 2 months before the playoffs said I'm gonna play because it's the Hawks, and then he lost the Hawks in the playoffs? Kind of
maybe
revenge thing.
Maybe it could be. All right, I'm gonna go to you first for this next one. Dolphins versus Bills. Buffalo -6. The total is 49.5. Tua Tagovailoa is back. He had a decent game last week. The offense looked better. They're a different team with him. Taylor, give it to me.
Who a mini concussions is gonna have a great game and cover the spread. They lose, but they cover the 6 points. Give me Dolphins +6, and Tua does not get a concussion. Although he scared the shit out of me when he would not. I like Tua. They can probably tell you I'm an Auburn fan, but they can tell you I always kind of respected Tua. So the other day I saw him running, and I was like, slide. I was like, slide, slide, and he slid it the last second. But so I like Tua a lot. I think Tua, and if y'all can chime in on this, was the most undervalued player in the league this year. And I think it was shown by how much of a YMCA team the Dolphins look without him. Despite, because I saw a lot of people going, he's got Tyreek Hill, which is like true sometimes, but like, man, they just look terrible without Tua. Like super MVP for the Dolphins. Yep. Give me
Yeah,
Dolphins to cover +6.
I have Dolphins covering as well. I think you're right. I think it did show how much the Dolphins offense needs Tua. He's not like a crazy talent with the arm. He has good accuracy, but it's more the just the knowledge of the offense that him and their head coach has, the way that they're able to kind of plan stuff out, run the offense, and execute. I will say this week might be a good time to get a Tyreek Hill touchdown or over passing yards. I kind of like a big game kind of coming out party. We'll welcome
Did
that.
you have Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases?
Yeah,
Mookie Betts just hit a double with Freddie on first, and he scored.
let's go. But yeah, I like the Dolphins. I like Dolphins cover. Bill's still winning. Max, go ahead.
Bill covered.
Bills to cover.
Josh Allen is 12-2 against the Dolphins in his career. They've been playing good. They got Amari Cooper still working in there. Once they get him going, I think they'll start getting him going this week. Give me the Bills.
One last thing I want to add about that game. Another reason that I have the Dolphins is the election is coming up, and Josh Allen has been a big Donald Trump supporter, a big Trump guy, so he's probably distracted by this election going on, and he's probably going to be not able to play as well as typical. So just kind of throwing that one out there as well. That's just the
Nick
insights.
Bosa.
Nick Bosa is actually on a bye this week, so he can campaign with Trump.
We'll be doing a live stream for the election where
he's going to be drunk on Tuesday night.
Me? Everybody come to the cabin. Everybody come to the cabin if they want to. Or
Nick Bosa, come to the cabin.
All right.
What did y'all think about this was like 2 weeks ago, but we didn't get to talk about it. Did you like was it Gabe Davis telling Amari Cooper what route to run on his first touchdown with the Bills? Or is it Gabe
Dumbass.
Davis or is that who I'm
No,
talking?
You're
no,
talking
Gabe
about
Davis on the Jaguars. Are you
you're
talking
talking
Who?
about
Khalil Shakur.
Khalil Shakur? I got both
Okay.
him and Amari on my fantasy. Who should I start this
And
week?
shout out to him because when they asked him in the interview, he could have gotten in trouble by saying, "Yeah, I told him what route." He's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
I like Cooper. Okay. Ravens versus Broncos. Baltimore is favored by 9.5. The total is 45.5. I'll start this one. Broncos defense looks good. Ravens didn't look that good, but give me the Ravens to cover. I think they go in there, kind of have a show out game, recover some from that loss to the Browns. Browns Broncos pretty similar on defense, both really good. So I think this will be kind of wake up for them. Uh, I think Bo Nix struggles. I think the Ravens try to make a statement with their defense, and yeah, give me the Ravens cover 9.5. Max.
9.5 is a lot. I really like the Broncos defense and at home. I'm gonna take Broncos cover. I think the Ravens win in a close one though.
Taylor.
I agree with Max. I think and I agree with you too. Bo Nix will struggle. They're not going to be in the game because of Bo Nix. This is going to be one of those games where the defense keeps him in it. I could see Bo Nix scoring late to keep it the cover. If the Ravens would not have lost the Browns, I'd be more confident of I would be more confident of taking the Broncos to outright win. Because I thought they were due for a Browns game where they lost game they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But the Browns did it. So they're not going to lose. They're not going to cover either. 9.5 in the NFL is a lot. But at the same time, it scares me because Bo Nix is the type of quarterback that could help that because you need turnovers to cover that type of line. He's good at it. So I'll go ahead and tell y'all, don't stick with me on this, but I'm going to go with Denver plus 9.5. Keep it close.
All right. I mean, I bet that's the more popular bet than the Ravens covering. So, all right, Max, we'll go to you. Chargers versus Browns. Chargers favored by 1.5. The money line, the total is 42.5. What you got?
The Chargers cover. I love Jameis, what he's doing, but Harbaugh and the Chargers, they play a certain way and they don't get away from it. And I feel like the Browns will probably make too many mistakes. Jameis will probably throw a couple picks here and there. And I think the Chargers will win probably in a close game. It'll probably be close, but I think the Chargers pull it out.
All right, Taylor.
I think the Chargers win, but it is close. On paper, if you don't really watch the league, this is a line you probably go, I don't understand this. I think that's fair to say. But they did just beat the Ravens, and I know it's a road game, but I really do like the Chargers to win in the end because of Justin Herbert, whatever. But the Browns are going to keep this one close. The Browns will not win many games this year, but they won't get blown out in any with Jameis Winston. I have respect for him on that. But Chargers cover this because it's a short line. If it was like 8 or 9, I wouldn't take it.
Green.
Well,
no, I'm not anymore.
You were for a second there. I saw it. I have the Browns. Browns at home. Jameis looked good. Nick Chubb back. David Njoku looking crazy. Defense playing good. I think the one thing that's going to win this for the Browns is the Chargers' offense isn't that good, and the Browns have a really good defense. I think they'll be able to keep the game close, and I think ultimately just win. So yeah, I have Browns money line. I think they're going to do good. I think Jameis will sling the rock and open that offense even up more. I think you might have to keep an eye on them. The Browns with a passing offense is something to look out for. And if he can continue that, I know it's Jameis. He'll have the game eventually where he's going to throw 4 picks in however many yards. But I like this one a lot. So give me the Browns money line. Taylor,
You
we're going to
love
go.
Deshaun Watson.
I hated him.
You love him.
I miss him.
You hate him? I miss him, man. Oh, God.
Taylor, we'll go to you for Saints versus Panthers. New Orleans -7, total 43.5.
If you bet on this game, you need to hit the hotline.
Yeah, this
I'm
is a
sorry.
tough game.
Tell me this again.
Saints, Panthers, New Orleans, favored by 7. Panthers at
Where's it
home.
at? It's what I meant. Like, where's it at?
Panthers at home.
Panthers.
And the Saints are 1.5-point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Give me Panthers
7.
money line. Give me Panthers money line. These are two terrible teams. Like, I hope Red Zone doesn't show this game, but like, give me Panthers money line like 8-6 or some shit like that. I don't know. This is awful. Do not. If you bet on this game, you have a problem.
Is Spencer Rattler still starting?
He got benched
Yeah.
last game.
Really, for who?
I don't know.
Derek Carr's still not back though,
Well,
because the line would be bigger.
I'm gonna also take Panthers money line because no one's probably said this all year, but I like the Panthers quarterback, no matter which one it is in this game better.
Dalton or Young versus
Yeah,
Rattler or Carr. Even well, maybe not Carr, but I don't
maybe
think
not
Carr's
Carr,
playing.
but yeah.
I still think I like Bryce Young better than Derek Carr, to be honest with you.
No, not the way he's been playing. Maybe on different offenses it'd be something, but did y'all both say y'all's pick for this game?
Panthers money line. We both went Panthers money line.
Man,
this is a tough game. It's a tough game for somebody that watches the NFL because it's just like, fuck. They both suck, and you would think, well, Saints because they're better, but it's like,
You know, I'm gonna change mine. I'm just gonna go Panthers cover.
Okay, I got you.
I could still see Saints winning close one or something like that. I'll go Panthers cover.
Give me the Saints money line. That's all I want. I don't care. Saints money line. They'll win. I know they'll win. I know that. I don't know what the game's gonna be like. I know they'll win.
So I was gonna say this, and I'm not taking a shot at you, Max. It was just like, this is the type of game that if you had to bet it, you bet money line. You don't bet a cover
Because
Yeah. How about you shut up, Taylor?
We'll fucking see. How about that?
Yeah, Taylor. What's up?
When the Saints win by 3 and you're over there fucking
and I'm over here fucking. Yeah, I'm fucking. Yeah, what's the problem?
Yourself. Jacking off.
Same thing.
Anyway, we'll go to the next game. Raiders versus Bengals. Cincinnati favored by 7. Total is 46.5. I'll start this one off. Give me the Raiders cover. Raiders cover. Cincy has not been good. They didn't look good at all versus the Eagles last week. Defense really struggled badly. Raiders offense and Raiders defense especially looked good last week. I like Gardner Minshew coming in playing well. I think actually, you know what? Change my mind. This is a hard one. This is a really hard one because 7's a lot of points for this game, I think. So, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. Joe Burrow figures it out. They beat the Raiders. Cincinnati covers.
God bless. Can y'all stop changing your picks?
You're not going to write them down anyways.
I've wrote these down, you piece of shit.
All right, you're up next. Go ahead.
Bengals -7.
Yeah.
Max. Bengals -7 for me too.
Cool. All right, we'll go straight to you, Taylor Thompson. Commanders versus Giants. Washington favored by 3.5. Total 43.5. What you think?
I think it's -4 now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I read it 3.5. I don't like doing. If we can keep it, we're just gonna keep it. Do y'all agree? Keep it without, so we can have the winner, so you don't get a push.
Yeah.
Okay, give you the hook or take the hook away. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Commanders -3.5. They played They did not play a great game. They probably didn't deserve to win, to be honest with you. Shout out the Hail Mary. But I think they bounced back this week, even though they won. The greatest thing has been a bounce back with a win. I think they bounced back with a win. The Giants are very bad in the sense of like they make some of the dumbest plays I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3.5 for the Commanders. I got it. I don't care where it is.
Max, you got it.
I'm tempted to take a Giants money line, but even though they looked so bad the other night, but I'm gonna go Washington 3.5 as well. Just cause.
Yeah.
They're better.
They are. They definitely. I mean, they are. Giants at home is the thing for me. I'm like, man, do I want to take it?
Yeah.
And Commanders played good on defense last week. but just typically this whole year they haven't had a good defense, so that might have just been a fluky performance. He's green.
The Green Goblin. The Green
See
Goblin.
if I can change it. Nope, there it goes.
I will say that I think that the Commander season comes down to how they play against the Eagles. Like I really do. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
That'll be a good game. But yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders. I'll say they're covered just because they've been playing better the whole year. But it is kind of scary for me. I think this might be a sneaky game for them, especially Commanders kind of coming off a high of a big, lucky play. Giants, they've been playing better, and I do. One thing I like about this game is give me a Malik Neighbors touchdown catch. He should have had one last week, and I think everything will equal out this week. He'll get one, especially against a bad Commanders second.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna take this one and Cowboys versus Falcons at Atlanta. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. The total is 52.5. And what I love here it is, boys and girls. This is your cover. This is your over. Falcons cover, and this is going to be the over that hits 52.5. I know it's a lot of points, but both these teams score a lot of points, and the Cowboys, what's going to happen is what they do all the time. They're going to get down, and then they're going to score points to get the game close at the end and then lose. That's what they're known for. That's what they're going to do. Give me Atlanta.
I also had this Falcons minus 2.5, and I had the over as well, believe it or not. Because it's the same. It's just like the game where they get down, like 30-10, and they or 37-10, but then they score like 2 touchdowns for no fucking reason, and go for 2 each time and get it, and they lose by 11. Yeah, the Falcons. I've said this every podcast. I think they're going to win the NFC this year.
Especially with the
I think they have not
Buccaneers.
played a complete game yet. And their division's over with the because they beating the Buccaneers, but also them losing
the injuries.
Mike Evans and for an extended period of time. I think the Falcons is the smart money bet for the NFC champion right now because you're.
Yeah, I know. I agree. One thing I'll say is another lock. If you want to go ahead and put this in for something, Kirk Cousins comeback player of the year. I think they'll win the division, and I think they'll probably win.
He should win it if they win the division.
Mm-hmm.
He's looked good. They got a lot of shit for doing that, and then really what they should have got shit for was drafting a quarterback, but because he's not old, it's not like they got Joe Flacco.
No, he's got some years on him. The main thing that people were concerned about was the injury that he had, but yeah, he's looked really. I mean, a couple games he looked bad. I called the Seahawks game that it was going to be a bad performance, but besides that, I mean, most games he's actually looked pretty decent.
Well, in the league,
you'll have a stinker, yeah.
Well, and it's going to start happening in college soon, but there's a thing of scheduled losses.
Yeah,
and that was a scheduled loss.
All right,
go
Max,
ahead.
Sorry, he just sit there staring at us.
This is the Alex and Taylor podcast.
Some money line. Fuck y'all.
Say that again.
Couldn't hear me?
Yep, say it again.
Give me Dallas money line. Fuck y'all.
Dallas money line? Ew.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah,
which means it'll hit.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Clip this, Max. Max is gonna clip.
Max is gonna talk about it. We'll just wait until next week.
Max is gonna clip this, but not post it on our social medias, and then just play it during the show.
Yeah, fade both of ours. It's gonna be Dallas money line and the under.
Yeah, and 3-2.
Mm-hmm. All right, Max, go to you. Patriots versus the Titans. Your Tennessee Titans are favored by 3.5 points against the Patriots. How do you feel?
I'm gonna take Patriots money line. That's pretty easy. I mean, the Titans got beat 52-14 last week, and then 40-something to 14 the week before that. That just sucked. Patriots had a good win last week against somebody.
The Jets.
The Jets, that's right.
Everybody beats the Jets.
Past couple weeks, Patriots have looked better. They've been a competitive team this year with everybody they played pretty much. Other than the Ravens, I think. But yeah. Patriots money line.
Cool. Taylor?
Patriots plus 3.5. I agree. same sentiment. They're getting better, and the Titans, they suck.
Did you say sediment?
Like as sediment
It's
as Max. Like
it's sentiment.
sentiment.
You dumb piece of shit.
I have a college degree.
Sediment is rock. It's like
Rock
a
and
rock.
gravel.
I've had a few drinks tonight. Sorry.
Oh, good. uh,
I thought it sounded correct.
I heard it and I was like, hold on a second.
Did I really say sediment?
100%.
Sentiment. My bad. My bad, everybody. Sentiment. I
I thought you
know.
said semen men.
No, I didn't say semen, man.
That's what he was
Oh.
thinking about, not what he
Oh.
said.
Sentiment. I'm sorry. Same sentiment. New England plus 3.5.
I'm on the same boat. I have New England covering as well. Quarterback for them, what's his name? Sorry, Drake May. I don't know if he's back from concussion protocol, but I think Jacoby Brissett can come and game manage and beat the Titans, or even just keep it within 3.5. Mason Rudolph and Calvin really had a good connection last week. They were slinging it to him at least, which was fun to see. But yeah, Patriots cover. Taylor, go to you. The Jaguars versus the Eagles. Philly's favored by 7.5. Total is 45.5. It is at the Eagles. What you think?
Give me the Philadelphia Eagles to cover.
Ooh, okay, Max.
We got the Eagles and who?
The Jags.
Jaguars.
The sediments.
The sediments. 7.5.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Give me Jaguars cover plus 7.5.
I said mine because I'm sure Trevor Lawrence will throw a pick 6 in this game.
Yeah.
Me and Max are on the same boat. I am jagging off this week. Jaguars cover. I think 7.5 is just a lot of points. Eagles played really good last week and killed the Bengals, but I think that it'll kind of be a little bit reversal to play a close game and probably win by like 5 points, field goal, something like that. Jaguars have been playing a little competitive. Trevor Lawrence has played good, and Brian Thomas Jr. has actually been really good for them. So I like it. Give me the Jags to cover. Lions versus Packers, probably the game of the week right here. I like this one a lot. Detroit is favored by 3.5 at the Packers, which is crazy, but the Lions have been absolutely crazy. Jordan Love has a little bit of a turnover problem right now, but I mean the Packers are still rolling. The Lions offensively just crazy. They can score in any way they want to. Jared Goff had less than 100 yards passing last week, but still threw for 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery throwing for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, it's crazy. All that being said, Packers cover at home. I think this will be a Packers cover. I do. So Packers cover to 3.5. We'll go to Taylor. What you think?
I agree with you, buddy. Packers plus 3.5. The Packers, I don't think they're one of the more talented of the good teams in the league, but for whatever reason, they stay in it. I think the Lions will have a good. This is going to be a great game, and if I'm not mistaken, they do play like they normally do. They play their other game on Thanksgiving, right?
I believe so. Can I interrupt you real quick? I
Yeah,
will
go
say
ahead.
Jordan Love does have a groin injury. He should be playing. This is me saying this.
This is Wednesday. This is Wednesday night. So we're recording a night earlier.
I will say Malik Willis has been good though. So you know what? I don't think it matters who plays. Give me Packers cover.
Yeah, I like Packers cover too. Like I said, I'm just excited that we got a good Thanksgiving game this year too, because I think this one in Detroit will be good too.
Max,
give me Packers cover.
Yeah, Max, tell us what you think. What you said?
Lions.
Lions.
I think they're the best team in the NFL right now.
I would agree.
I agree. I mean, I was in like the last NFL video we recorded was Lions Vikings was the game, and I was very confident that the Lions. This is another one where I probably should just stick with him and ride with him, because another situation. But yeah, I'm not going to. But I would not be shocked. Max has probably got the smart pick here.
Definitely. I mean, he definitely does. This is. I'm kind
Yeah,
of
I mean
being
the Lions are the best team in the league. I
the
think.
offense.
Like Max said, yeah, I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go back to you, Max, for this one. We got another decent game right here. The Rams versus the Seahawks. The Rams are favored by 2. Seahawks. Last week they get killed? They got killed by the Bills. Yep, at home. Killed by the Bills. That sounded good. And the Rams snuck out a win against the Vikings. So interesting game going on right here. What do you think?
Give me Rams cover. They got Cooper cut back.
And Puka.
And Puka. I mean, with those guys, the Matt Stafford, they can light anybody up. Yeah,
They're
and
favored. I will say, good. They're favored in this game.
I know.
Okay, so I was just gonna tell you, money line's probably easier, but I
All right.
wasn't. I was shocked by that. I'm gonna go with Rams money line.
I
I was.
have. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was kind of shocked at the Rams.
Well, we know they have a good team once they have all their players, and they got killed.
I Seattle always gets a big. It's not. It's not what I think. It's what they set the lines to. Is what I'm trying to say. Like Seattle normally gets this insane home point boost. It's like 4.5 by themselves.
I think maybe that they saw them getting killed last week at home, that they just said, take it off. They don't need that anymore.
Yeah, give me Rams. But at the same time, they look really good against Falcons the week before that.
That was away.
They're up and down. That's what I'm saying. They're up and down.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Rams money line. The Rams are gonna push for a playoff spot.
They are. I agree. I think the Rams are
I actually think I'm more confident in the Rams right now than I am the 49ers in that division. In that division.
I don't know about that. I think the 49ers still have a good team.
I need Christian McCaffrey's got to come back. And they lost Ayuk. They're off this week. They need it. So we didn't really get to talk about them, but they need some help.
Yeah.
So right now, I really like the Rams. That's a good division, though. That's always a good division.
I will say Brock Purdy has kind of proven that he is a good quarterback. I think he's still putting up good stats.
Of course, yeah, of course. But, I wasn't taking a shot at Brock Purdy. I was just.
No, I know that. But yeah, I also have the Rams. Puka, Cooper, and Kyron Williams is a beast. He's been putting up touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. I think he's a pretty
two or money line.
Yeah.
Two or money line. Like money line.
No, cover. Yeah.
Cover. Okay. -2.
Yeah. And also Seahawks been struggling. I don't know if they get DK Metcalf. I know he's questionable right now. Jackson
I
Smith,
believe he is going to play.
Okay, good. Jackson Smith Najigba, whatever his name is, he has been good, but last week he didn't play that good. Yeah.
You have more courage than me, brother.
That's how I said his name right, right?
You have more. You did say it right.
Okay. Yeah. I was a little scared saying that.
Yeah.
This might be the last podcast.
Yeah.
All right, Sunday Night Football. How was this Sunday Night Football?
They flexed it. It was, you know what it originally was? It was Jacksonville versus Philadelphia, and they flexed.
I'd rather see that. I'd rather see
this was after the Colts beat the shit out of the Titans or whatever. I don't know. They flexed it. Did Joe Flacco makes them a better team? I mean, I've never said it didn't, so this is probably going to actually be a close game.
It could be Vikings and Colts. Minneapolis favored by 5. Vikings have 2 losses now. It just seems like yesterday that they were undefeated and arguably best team. I will say their 2 losses. I mean, they haven't played bad. Sam Darnold's playing fine. Defense still playing good. I think it was just kind of a reality. You know, they're not the best team in the NFL, but I think they still have a good team. Colts are bad. I know Joe Flacco's playing. He's a good. Give me the Vikings money. I already did a money line. Let me not do another one. Give me Vikings cover. I like it. Max, what do you think?
Colts cover.
Colts cover 5. Okay.
That's crazy. I know, but
Flacco's playing.
Flacco's playing, man.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
He's got it. Taylor.
After all that shit I talked.
You're going to go Colts cover, you bitch.
I'm not even going to get Colts cover.
Oh, no.
Colts money line.
Oh, goodness.
Let's ride, baby. For the shoe. What's the dude on TikTok that says it? What's his song? Yeah, six songs.
We
He's
are
gonna
the
come up with
Colts.
we are the Colts. This is our team. He's gonna come up with a great one this week. It's gonna distract the Vikings players. No, but I really do think because I've been a Colts fan my whole life, this is the type of game the Colts win. And then they'll go play like Jacksonville next week and lose. But they'll win this game. So I'm calling it Colts money line. Fuck it. I mean, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Colts money line. For the boys, I mean, for the shoe, this is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue.
uh, last game, Monday Night Football. At least we got a good Monday Night Football game. The Bucks versus the Chiefs.
Fuck you.
Kansas City is favored by 9. Bucks.
This is not a good game.
Yes,
it was
it
a good
is.
game 2 weeks ago. It's not a good game now.
No, it's going to be a good game to watch. Bucks have been dealing with a lot of injuries. Obviously, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. They have a lot of people that are going to have to step up to win this. But 9 points is a lot. That's a lot of points, especially for a good Bucks offense. I think one thing about these injuries, it has opened Baker Mayfield up to do whatever he wants. He can't really get blamed if he throws 3 interceptions. I don't think it matters. I think he's just going to be allowed to sling it around. Rashad White is a really good running back, and I like him a lot to do something this game because he's going to have to, as well as Cade Otton stepped up a lot and been playing good for them. Chiefs have Kareem Hunt. He really knows how to kick it into the end zone, and he is scoring a lot, so probably anytime touchdown's a good bet for him. Travis Kelce is looking a lot better as well. Give me the Bucks cover, though. Cover 9 points. I think that's too big. Max?
Bucks cover as well. 9 points is too much. The Chiefs only beat teams by 7 or less points. They still win. I'm not talking shit. They win all of them. But the past couple of years, they play teams close, but they always win.
Yep. Taylor Thompson.
So I'm gonna Chiefs cover, but I do want to point out a quick bet I would do, if y'all don't mind.
Same game?
Yes, that
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Jalen McMillan anytime touchdown.
Cool.
But I think the Chiefs cover. But Jalen McMillan anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm. All right. So those are all of our NFL picks. We will go ahead and before we get to our parlay and our prize picks, we're going to swap it up real quick. Let me have a little NBA talk. Boys, feel free to jump in if you want to.
Hey, I do want to say this. If you're just like passing on and you skip this motherfucker has hit like or almost hit like some insane NBA parlays. So if you get anything out of this and you skip the rest of it, I understand. Listen to this.
This is true. Last night, I almost hit the big one. 6-game parlay prize picks. I was just short from winning $1,500 off a $20 bet. All I needed was a Luka Doncic 9.5 over rebounds. He got 8, but everyone else hit in my parlay. It would have been amazing. I have been doing really good recently, but I'm just going to talk about NBA in general, how it's looking right now. Cleveland is playing really good. They actually just beat the Lakers. They've been playing really good. Donovan Mitchell and what's his name? It's not. I keep thinking Colin Sexton. It's Darius Garland playing well, as well as their big man Allen playing well. Paolo Banchero, I think this is his year. I think he's finally arrived for the Magic, putting up a lot of points. Almost put up a 50-point triple double. He would have been the youngest person in the league ever to do that. He would have beaten LeBron. So he's playing really good. OKC currently undefeated 4-0. They're actually playing the Spurs right now. They have a really young team. They got rid of Josh Giddey, the man who likes younger women. They got rid of him. Yeah, they got rid of him, but they're still playing really well. I think this might be their year to watch out for them legitimately. Boston 4-0. Obviously, they won it last year. They're still good. They're still going to be good. Lakers are 3-2 right now, but one thing I will say is Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers now. It's not LeBron, sadly. I'm a big LeBron rider, but Anthony Davis is the best player on the team now. And JJ Redick has actually looked really good. I know we've lost 2 games. We lost 2 games to 2 good teams, so I'm not really too worried about it. But he is actually making adjustments in games, unlike Darvin Ham last year, who just sucks. So I've liked that so far. Also, Nuggets 2-2, 1-2 back-to-back overtime games. They haven't looked as good as I thought they would. Really early into the season, but I'll go ahead and tell you for this year. I already said the NBA MVP is going to be Luka last podcast, but Wembanyama hasn't put up a lot of points, but he is dominating the glass, and it would be something. I don't think it'll happen, but he could be a dark horse, which it might be something that'd be happening a lot sooner than I thought it would be. Also, the Hawks suck, and yeah, that's it.
Hey, real quick, we're not adding anything to this, but it's just since it's starting for the pod, this will be more of a college, and we'll have to discuss it. But this is a pro pod. College basketball starts next Monday. So early on, you might just hear us talk about Auburn, Alabama, how we think about them. But when we get in, like we will transition our college football pod at some point. Now, I think the guys agree with this to college basketball during the college basketball season. So
Yeah, we'll have to.
So we will do some segments early on about Auburn, Alabama. So I just wanted to put out there, when does Alabama start the season? I know where Auburn starts their season. The fuck? Do y'all start on the same day as us?
It's Monday. We play UNC Asheville
What day?
Monday.
Monday. So Auburn plays Wednesday. Y'all play. I was looking at the top 25. Yep, you're right. Y'all play on the ESPNU, UNC Asheville, and then Auburn plays Wednesday against Vermont. But next Saturday they play Houston in Houston. So while that's actually going on during the Alabama LSU game, so early test for Auburn. That's the other reason we'll talk about our teams a lot is because we do play pretty
Bunch
tough
of good teams.
Like we play tough schedules. Like I think Alabama plays Purdue coming up in the next week and a half.
We played them every year for like the last 4 years.
And we play them in Birmingham this
Yeah,
year
y'all
too.
play them. Yeah.
So and Auburn plays Houston early on, and then we both have big tournaments. Like Auburn plays in Maui. We both we got the 1-2 split in the ACC SEC Challenge. Y'all played North Carolina on the road. We played Duke on the road same night. So
That'll be fun.
we're gonna start incorporating that. You'll see how we do that. We're probably gonna have like a meeting on when we start fully transitioning to it. But yeah. So Auburn and Alabama open
Stuff probably
a lot. Auburn,
a lot.
Alabama.
I mean, we may have to have a separate.
Yes, you guys will learn a lot about. We do know football, but we love basketball.
We love college basketball.
We love college basketball. We know a lot about it. I could sit here and talk to you about it for 3 hours if I needed to. So, yep, basketball starts soon. So keep out on that.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right.
You want to move to parlays, buddy?
I was going to say we're at the end of the podcast, so we're going to give our parlay. So this isn't the NFL parlay. This is just anything that you want to throw in there. I'll start it off. My parlay for this week, it is mostly NFL, just because I felt like these were the good ones. So Dolphins cover +6. That's part of it. Jags cover +7.5, and the Bucks cover +9. That's my parlay. 3 games. Those are the ones I really like. Yep. Taylor, what's your parlay?
Mine are all college mix year up. So I'm going to do Army -22. Mm-hmm. Arizona money line at UCF. I feel like UCF's falling apart. It's good. And as tradition, I'm going to put Auburn to cover Vandy -7. That's what it is today. It was 5.5, I think, when we did the pod, but it's all the way up to 7. So Auburn -7. So Army -22, Auburn -7, Arizona money line. Max?
I'm going Texans money line. Chargers -1.5, and Commanders -4.
All right, there they are.
Who did you have -4?
Commanders.
Who did you have?
Commanders.
Got you.
And I got a little prize picks for you too.
That's right. That's up next. Go ahead and go into it.
Just a little three little prize picks that we got Penn State Nicholas Singleton. He's gonna score a touchdown against Ohio State. Book it. Next we got Dylan Gabriel over 1.5 passing touchdowns against Michigan. Book that. And then we got Jason Sanders, Miami Dolphins kicker, over 1.5 field goals made. And that's going to equal money in your pocket.
All right, Taylor, give us your prize picks. I'm going last.
I had this written down. All right, so my prize picks for this Saturday. Why do you get to go last, by the way?
Because I got the big boy.
Yep, I'm going with a two-teamer, and it's Jeremiah Smith over 70.5 receiving yards, and Ashton Genty over 184 rushing yards. That's all I'm doing a two-teamer since Max did a 3.
Easy money, easy money.
Easy money, easy money.
All right, everybody, listen up. I told y'all. I hit the big one last week. I almost hit another big one this yesterday. And this is gonna be the biggest one that we're gonna hit, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a lock. I did my research.
before you do this, I'm gonna try to write this down, but you're probably gonna have to tell me off air.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll go slow.
But give me a second lead up to it because I'm writing mine down.
All right, we're leading up to it. Taylor's writing his down. He didn't write down the stuff we had to start over. Now he has to write down more stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'll go slow. The first leg of it. This is 6-leg parlay.
I'm ready.
Kyle Pitts over 48.5 receiving yards. I like that one a lot. They're playing against a weak Dallas defense. George Kittle absolutely went crazy against them last week. So I think that's a pretty good one. Devin Achane, Miami running back, touchdown. Tua's back. Achane had a huge game. One thing that we have to hope for is Mostert doesn't steal a touchdown from him. Next, Nick Chubb, rushing touchdown. So these are the touchdowns are receiving or rushing, by the way. Nick Chubb rushing or receiving touchdown. He played good last week. He didn't score, but Browns have been opening up the offense. Them spreading the ball out is going to open it up for him to score or catch one, or just to even just sneak one in on from the goal line. Next, Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots. He is going to get a touchdown against the weak Titans. Titans have been allowing a lot of points recently, and he will get one against them. It's going to happen. Next, Rachaad White, touchdown against the Chiefs. This is the one I'm most worried about out of all of them. Chiefs have a good defense, but what I am hoping for, and I know it doesn't happen a lot, Chiefs go up big early. He sneaks one in at the end. Also, Patrick Mahomes has been throwing a lot of interceptions, so maybe we get an interception close to the goal line in the red zone. They'd be able to have it close. Next, Malik Neighbors gets a receiving touchdown. This is the one I'm also worried about. I usually like going.
Is it just a receiving touchdown?
It's a receiving and rushing touchdown, but I mean, he's going to have to catch it. I don't like throwing receivers in there just because they only have one way to get it. That's the throwing touchdown. He has Daniel Jones.
He doesn't have to catch it. He could run it in.
But that typically doesn't happen for receivers, is what I'm saying. He doesn't usually get a rush. But he should have had one last week. I think NFL gods bless him with one this week. And also the Washington has a really weak defense, so I think they get it. 6 legs parlay. You put $20 on it, you'll win $2,000. I don't know about y'all, but following next Monday, I'll be $2,000 richer.
We are going to, and I might be calling everybody out here, but for the most part, me and Max will either switch on the 3 or the 2 leg, and Alex is going to give you the 6 leg for our prize picks when we do these. I think that's fair because me and Max do the 2 and 3s, and Max does, and Alex does the 6 lots. Which shout out to Alex, he hit on a giant one. I mean,
just got to hit one of them, you go up, and I did. So, all right, that's it for this podcast. So we gave y'all all that you need to know, and this has been the Weekends Over podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Enjoy the weekend.
See y'all.